In last class we studied about globalization and WTO. Then WTO was founded in 1995. As per WTO instruction, we also impose some policies in our country like quantitative. We removed quantitative restriction, then non-tariff barriers, like that. Lot of policies we started to impose in our country. Okay, then here you can see growth and GDP and major sectors. Here you can see in 1980-81, here agriculture sector it is 3.6, but in the case of after starting the new economic policy, agricultural sector growth rate is 3.3. Here it is 2002 to 2007 it is 2.3, then 2007 to 2012 it is 3.2. We can analyze that this agricultural growth rate is reducing. Okay, then after these policies, okay, here industries you can see it is 7.1, 6 point industrial sector growth rate 6.5 in 1992 2001, then 2002 to 2007 it increased to 9.4, and it is 2007 to 12 it is 7.4, means industrial sector growth rate increase. Here you can see service sector. We know IT, banking, in that field lot of changes came, lot of growth came in this field. Okay, that reason we can see in 1992 2001 it is 8.2, 2007 2012 it is 10, means service sector growth rate was improved. Okay, that is the means during this period service sector have little more growth rate comparing to other especially other like industrial and agricultural sectors. Okay, then we know the foreign investment, which includes foreign direct investment and foreign institutional investment, has increased from US$ 100 million to in 1991 it increased to US$ 30 billion in 2018. Okay, we know foreign direct investment currently it is 49%, means other countries they can directly invest in our country 49%. Okay, then like that lot of changes came in different sectors. Okay, then growth and employment. Though the GDP rate has increased, but we can understand that reform-led growth has not generated sufficient employment opportunities in our country. Growth rate is increased, but employment opportunity did not increase. Okay, then that one is a drawback, because we know India is a populated country. Here labors are more, then we want to generate more employment opportunity. Then reforms in agricultural sector, reforms have not been able to benefit agriculture, where the growth rate has been decelerating. Means we know agricultural sector, from this table itself we can understand that this agricultural sector growth rate is low, means comparing to other sectors it is not improving. Okay, this was the condition in agricultural sector. Okay, public investment in agricultural sector, especially like in infrastructures like irrigation, road, power, market linkage, research, has fallen in this reform period. Okay, then we know because of subsidy, we know fertilizer subsidy was there, like that lot of subsidies was there. They removed like these subsidies, and increase in the cost of production badly affected these farmers. Okay, then a reduction in import duties on agricultural products, low minimum support price removed, then and lifting of quantitative restrictions of import of agricultural products. these things led to the crisis in agricultural sector. Means these things means import duties removed means from other countries they can import agricultural product at low price. Then support price also not there, then quantitative restrictions also not there, then automatically what will happen to farmers? It badly affected the farmers. Okay, then these were the conditions of agricultural sectors. Then we know export oriented policy strategies in agricultural sector. Oriented policy strategies in agricultural sector, or they didn't focus on export, like that problems also came in this agricultural sector. Reforms in industry. Industrial growth has also recorded slow growth rate. Okay, this is because decreasing demand of industrial products due to various reasons such as cheaper imports, inadequate investment in infrastructure, etc. We know in our country is a developing country, then infrastructure facility everything is very less. Okay, then in a globalized world, developing countries are open up their economies to greater flow of goods. Then what happened? Then these developed countries, what they did means they were importing goods from their countries, and this type of cheaper goods, automatically people will demand for this cheaper goods. Okay, this one badly affect the industrial sector. Okay, then infrastructure facilities including power supply have remained inadequate due to lack of investment. Due to lack of investment, power supply also was remained, means it was very less. Means we know for agricultural purpose and industrial purpose also we need power supply. Then globalization is thus seen as a creating condition for free movement of goods and services. Okay, then employment opportunity, we know it badly affect different countries. Means through globalization it badly affect the developing countries. Moreover, developing country like India still does not have the access to developed countries. We know USA has not removed their quota restriction on import of textiles from India and China. These developed countries, they are following this quota restriction and everything, but this means developing or underdeveloped countries, they removed this restriction and everything. Okay, this one also led to lot of problems in the economy. Then we know disinvestment. Okay, every year the government fixes a disinvestment. Every year the government fixes a target for disinvestment of public sector enterprises. We know, for instance, in 1991 it was targeted mobilize 2,500 crore of disinvestment, and the government was able to mobilize 3,040 crore more than the target. Okay, in 2017-18 it was about to 1 crore, whereas the achievement was about to 1 crore 57. Okay, then critics point out that the assessment of public sector enterprises have been undervalued and sold to the private sector. That was the problem. They were undervalued. Suppose one company that full asset everything value is 10 lakh, but these government people, what they will do, they will sell it for 2 lakhs. Okay, then balance it will go in their pocket. Okay, this was the condition. Means a lot of problem was there. It lead to lot of substantial loss of the government. Okay, means this there. Moreover, means critics point out that the assets of public sector enterprises have been undervalued and sold to the private sector. Means it was completely lost to the government. Moreover, the proceeds from the disinvestment are used to offset the shortage of government revenues rather than using it for the development of public sector enterprises. Okay, means this shortage of revenue, what they were, we know, tax, everything reduced. This one lead to shortage of revenue, and this one rather than using for development, this public sector building and social infrastructure, what they were doing, they were selling these assets or selling this building to private sectors. Okay, then economic reforms also placed limits on the public expenditure, especially in social sector. We know who will spend money in social sector or for welfare of the people, who will send, government need to spend. The reduction in tax lead to lot of problem. Means we know they reduced taxes. Because of this one, it resulted increase in tax evasion and have not resulted in increase in tax revenue for the government. We know, like import tariff, like that, lot of tariff was there. These tariff removed in order to attract foreign investment. Tax incentives are provided to foreign investors, which further reduce the scope of rising tax revenue. Okay, these were the main problem in financial sector. Okay, then after this policy in our country, we faced lot of problems. Okay, the process of globalization through liberalization and privatization policies has produced positive as well as negative result. We know here lot of companies came. If you are taking, earlier only BSNL was there. If we are taking telecom, earlier only BSNL was there. Now it is like Vodafone Idea, like that, Airtel, like that, lot of companies are there, Jio, like that. Now we are getting free services also. Some companies, they are providing free data, free calls, like that. They are providing lot of services. What is the reason? Because of competition. Okay, but this one have some negative side also. Some scholars argue that globalization should seen an opportunity to access to global market. Okay, means our technology increased. After that only this many IT companies came in our country. Like that, lot of benefit go to our country. Here you can see one story. The sector was getting subsidy rate electricity and everything. Then increase in power tariff affected the workers in small, not getting proper power supply. Agricultural sector or small scale industries, they were not getting proper power supply and subsidy rate power tariff. These things they were not getting after this policy implementation. This has affected workers engaged in small industries. Okay, then power loom textiles industries in Andhra Pradesh, what happened means their workers was there, automatically their wage reduced, salary reduced. This one badly affected the workers, and near to 50 power loom workers committed suicide in a small town called Sirsilla in Andhra Pradesh. Because of this one, they were getting, because of means that one badly affected power sector problem. This one badly affected that owner or company owner or producer of that company. And what he did, he reduced their salary or wages, and already they were facing lot of problem. Then this led to a crisis in the livelihood of weavers, and near to 50 power loom workers committed suicide. That one was the Sirsilla tragedy. This tragedy, because of means government need to do lot of things for improving the conditions. Otherwise, okay, these policies are good, globalization is good, liberalization is good, privatization is good, but we need to do from government side for the welfare of the people. Government need to do lot of things, okay. Then some critics, they were argued that this globalization is a strategy for the developed countries for developing their market, okay. Means they will get good market in developing countries, means like America, Japan, like that countries, they can sell their product in our countries. We cannot compete with them. That was the criticism from economists, okay. Then in Indian context of some studies stated that this crisis in the early 1990s basically outcome of the inequalities of the Indian society, means our policies was not good, because of that reason only crisis came in our country, okay. Means we need to give employment opportunity, we need to give more, means we know India is a populated country, here labors are more, then we need to generate more employment opportunity in every sectors of the economy. Like we know like telecommunication, information technology, finance, entertainment technology, then travel, hospitality, real estate. In these are the main sectors in our economy. In these sectors we need to do lot of things from government side. They need to do lot of things. Through that and only we can improve our country, or we can provide livelihoods to millions of people in our country.